Here. Sit down and drink this.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to lay this on you.
I can take it.
You don't even know what it's about.
What else? Your brother. I want you to stop worrying about Ridge. If I were in his shoes, I would have done the same thing.
I hope not.
That fall showing is the biggest of the year. And there I was, standing in your office, watching you model the hottest design in the collection. Of course, it was my design. But Ridge didn't know that. Hell, I'm surprised I got out of that building alive.
It's more than Ridge.
It is?
I just heard my parents are getting a divorce.
Oh, baby. I'm so sorry. Who told you this?
Ridge. You don't look that surprised.
I guess, from what little I've seen of them, they didn't seem that close.
Mother wants it to work. But it's Dad. There's another woman. How could he do this to her?
It usually takes two.
No, not this time. Mother would never do that to him. Divorce him for another man? No. This is all Dad. The most important man in my life.
The second most important man in your life.
Well, that leaves the dresser problem, which I took care of. I hired 2 extras to be on hand, plus an additional model just in case we get a last-minute sick call.
Excellent. You've done a wonderful job, Margo.
Well, I know how important this is to you.
It's my biggest yet.
Because of Kristen's design?
She doesn't suspect anything yet.
No, she has no idea what you're planning to do.
I want this to be a complete and total surprise. My beautiful daughter, modeling one of her own designs. The fashion statement of the year, the event of the evening. She's going to be the showstopper, Margo, and she doesn't even know it yet.
Well, she is a very lucky lady. I should be a fraction so lucky.
Why do you say that?
I heard about the divorce.
I suppose the whole world will know soon enough.
Who is she? The woman that you're leaving Stephanie for?
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by new Mint Crystal Breath Savers. They work fast from Nabisco.
What's this? How do I look?
You look fabulous. Going somewhere?
I just decided to dress.
Oh.
I was looking through the closet and I thought, when I saw this dress, how long it had been since I'd worn it.
So you put it on?
I thought it would lift my spirits.
Well, it lifted mine.
Thank you. Fetching?
If I were a painter, I'd put you on a canvas.
Thank you. If you weren't my son, I'd fall madly in love with you after that kind compliment.
Would you settle for a dance?
A dance? I'd be honored.
No. I would be honored. Milady. How's your plan coming along?
Fight the divorce? Oh, I haven't heard anything.
I told Thorne and Kristen. They were gonna find out sooner or later.
I guess it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
Are you not gonna fight it?
I don't have a lot left to fight with. Except me in a silly dress. I'll be back.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go upstairs and change.
No, you're not.
Yes.
No. You're gonna stay and wait right here.
Why?
Just don't you dare move.
Either you stop seeing him or he finds out what you did to me.
Caroline.
Brooke, this is not negotiable. If you don't stop seeing Ridge, then I'll tell him how you intercepted the letter, kept me from seeing it, and did it all purely to keep us apart. You wanted Ridge, Brooke, and you got him. But you used deception. And now you have to pay for that. Your relationship with Ridge is over. And you're gonna end it.
Caroline, why are you doing this? Why?
Because it's right. That's why I'm doing it.
Right? That I should have to give up the man I love? You call that right?
If Ridge knew the truth, he wouldn't have anything to do with you, and that is an undeniable fact.
Okay. I accept that.
But he never is gonna know, is he? Would you ever tell him? Of course you wouldn't. If Ridge knew the truth, that you intercepted his letter to me, read it, and then deliberately kept me from seeing it, how do you think he'd react? He'd never speak to you again, Brooke, which is why you would never tell him.
He doesn't have to know.
No, not from your perspective, he doesn't. You'd be all too happy to have him go on believing a lie.
What lie?
that you are a person who can be trusted, that he can confide in you, that you're someone who would have his best interests at heart and not just her own. And that's what he thinks, Brooke. I know, I've talked to him. He thinks that you are totally trustworthy. But you and I know differently, don't we?
It never would have worked out for you and Ridge.
Don't you even try to make that point. First, it is irrelevant. And second, it's impossible to prove, thanks to your deception.
But it's true. Ridge was wrong. All wrong for you, and you know it. And it's not irrelevant, Caroline. I wouldn't have done it. I would never have gone after him, or even have given him a second thought, if you and he had a chance. But you didn't. It was over between you and Ridge before that letter was delivered. Completely, unmistakably over. And if you were to be honest with yourself, sincerely honest, you will know that I'm telling the truth. Can you be that honest, Caroline? Can you? That is what this comes down to.
Margo.
Eric, please. I know it's none of my business. I am probably going to hate myself when I think about this later, but I'm asking you. That I need to know.
Do you think she's more beautiful, more attractive than you, Margo? That's not it.
Then why? What does she have that I don't?
She has me, Margo. She has my heart. And she's had that for a very long time.
I waited so long for you. I knew, and no one else knew, that your marriage was over. Stephanie wasn't the woman for you. God, I knew that so clearly.
I know you did, Margo.
And you knew that I loved you. And I wanted you.
Margo, you knew where I was coming from. I never encouraged you. I was totally upfront about that.
Yes, you were. Eric, I'm sorry. I have no right to be doing this to you. God knows I'm going to be regretting it tomorrow.
Margo. Margo, that's what's so wonderful about you and me. We've always been so open with one another. That's rare between two people. In or out of love.
I better go.
Margo. We have a fall showing in 2 days. Our biggest ever.
We'll be ready.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound the way it did. You are the most important man in my life. I sure am disappointed in Dad. I always thought that Mother would be the one to break up this marriage. How wrong I was. Mother's been perfectly loyal this whole time. And it's Dad who's been having this relationship. Oh, God. It just makes me ill inside.
Kristen, I want you to forget about your mother and father. And I want you to think about you and me. How does that sound?
Is that what you want, Clarke? Or are you just saying that because you know I'm hurting?
I mean it.
All right. I'll think about us. Only us.
Oh, no. No, Brooke, this is not a question of my being honest with myself. That is not the issue here.
Yes, it is. Because you and Ridge never would have made it together. Not as a couple. And we both know that.
That is a hypothetical question. No, Brooke. What this all comes down to is friendship.
Caroline, you never would have known about this if I hadn't opened it up to you in the first place. Can't you at least give me credit for that?
Credit? Why do you deserve any credit? Because you couldn't live with yourself anymore? Brooke, when you owned up to what you did, it didn't redeem you. This is not a confessional.
So what am I supposed to do about it?
You admit what you did to Ridge, and not just me. He's the one you're still deceiving.
You really are out to destroy my relationship with him.
No, Brooke. You destroyed your relationship the moment that you took that letter and kept it away from me. That is when it started. Don't you know that you cannot begin a relationship based on a lie? My God, that is so obvious to me. How could you think that it could ever work? Brooke, the end does not justify the means. It never has. This is no exception.
Okay. You seem to have all the platitudes. What about mercy and forgiveness? How do they fit into your equation? Or don't they?
Brooke, I can forgive you for what you did to me. But I can't. And I won't turn my back on Ridge. That's what you're asking me to do, to ignore what you did to him, to pretend like it never happened, to enter into some kind of sordid collusion with you to keep the truth from a man who's very important to me. My husband's brother. No, Brooke, I won't. If you don't stop seeing him, then I'm gonna tell him everything. He has a right to know who he's involved with. If you won't tell him, then I will.
Caroline, no! Don't tell him. He'd despise me. I just couldn't bear that. I'll do what you ask. I'll stop seeing him. But just please don't tell him about the letter.
I won't. You have my word, Brooke. If I have yours.
Hello?
It's Conway, Wes. All right to talk?
Yes.
I think I found him.
What?
He came into a grocery store I had staked out, so I followed home and got his address.
Are you absolutely sure?
Well, he sure as hell looks like Stephen Logan.
Where are you?
My hotel in Tucson.
Stay there. I'm going to fly down there.
What?
Stay right there. I'm going to come down on the first plane tomorrow morning. I wonder if it's possible, really possible, that he could have found him. Truly found him.
Mother?
I stayed right where you asked me to stay.
Are you ready to go out?
Where are we going?
Out. The night has just begun.
Well, I'm looking forward to a night out on the town with you.
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck. Join us again for The Bold and the Beautiful.